of our poor decisions, which are a byproduct of genetics and personality traits, which are essentially genetic. It is my view that the universe and our lives are entirely deterministic. There's no such thing as free will. Free will is an illusion. Who you marry 10 years from now, whether or not you end up buying that house or keeping your current house, because who knows, you might very well be doing very well for yourself right now, but perhaps you don't pay your taxes, or maybe your taxes is too much, you're spending way above your means, and all of a sudden you don't pay your property taxes for many, many years, and then you lose your house because the government seizes it. And all of a sudden your wife leaves you because you also lost your job because of depression, and you gave up on life. But you gave up on life and you suffered from depression because it's genetic. And then you end up on the streets after burning all your bridges from consuming so much liquor or doing drugs, and you start stealing from everybody and you end up on the streets. That is what happens to a lot of people. But most people, that doesn't happen, to end up on the streets like that. But most people in the United States, even though this is the richest country in the world, sometimes, or quite often, end up living paycheck to paycheck. Americans complain and say, oh, it's so expensive. Well, that's because you live in an expensive area. Why don't you try looking into certain places in Texas? Go to Brownsville, El Paso, Alamo, Loretto. There's affordable places still in the world, in the United States. This is more about the United States. Do that, man. Do that and stop complaining. But if you're the kind of person who's struggling in some of the states that you are able to earn the most and have the most opportunities, then logically you're gonna struggle in places that are more affordable, that might have less opportunities. Because at the end of the day, regardless of where someone lives, if they're meant to be successful, they're going to be successful. There's rich neighborhoods in Alabama, ultra wealthy people in every state, including states that are not the most richest, like California, New York, Hawaii, Florida. If you're not from those, you might still very well encounter rich people, and you might be a rich person yourself. But just another rant on the streets of Bakersfield.